What's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music again, and we're going to break down Pinball Wizard by The Who, but huge shout out and thank you to all my wonderful friends, also known as patrons at Patreon. They help support this channel. They help keep this channel going, and I just really appreciate it. So they were the ones that got to pick out this lesson today. If you want to learn more about it, you can check out the info in the description below. Thank you again. Let's break it down. All right, this intro is a set of chords that keeps going back to this 4th fret D string. And so the first chord is a B minor with that note, which is the 5th of the chord in the bass. Or it's not really even the bass, but it's not our lowest note on the guitar, is not the root here. So it's this 2nd fret high E, 3rd fret B, 4th fret G, but we'll put our pinky there so our ring finger can hit that 4th fret D string. We're going to strum the chord and then pedal back, da, 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 da. So it's like strum, da, 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 strum, da, 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 da. And you want to let the chord ring out when you then go back to that pedaling of that note. That's the first chord. The second chord, index finger comes off, so you can hear that high E ring out. Same right hand pattern. You put those two together. Next one, we're going to put our index finger on the 2nd fret B, and our middle finger comes off. Same right hand pattern. Then our pinky's going to come off, and our middle finger is going to go to the 3rd of the G, and so now it's a G major chord, or I'm sorry, an F sharp major chord with that high E ringing out. Same right hand pattern. So let's review those chords so far. This B minor. Index off, then middle off. Index to that 2nd fret of the B, and that F sharp major. Sorry, harder to play and describe it at the same time than I realized, but I think you get it. Next one's tricky. You gotta do a weird stretch, but it's that ring finger. I'm like barely hitting the fret to do it, but it's still on the 4th fret D, and then index is on the 2nd fret G, and middle is on the 2nd fret B. And you gotta grimace with your face to do it right. And so after that hard one, you get the easiest one. I know the angle there looks weird, but it's that with that. And then finally it's just the 4th fret D with the open G, B, high E. So you get a hard one, then you get an easy one. And then finally we go to this shape, which is based off of G major, but it's the 5th fret D, 4th fret G, open B, open E. And you're strumming, instead of going back to the individual, you're doing that da, 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 but with the whole top 4 strings there. Then down a half step, and what happens is it starts with a da, 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 da. Still doing the downs, and right at the 3rd count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and I'm going to show you that rhythm, but it starts to pick up right there on that to transition into, you know, the most classic riff. Maybe the most classic Who riff of all time, but I mean, Baba O'Reilly opening is pretty great too. I mean, there's others, so hard to say. But we're now getting ready to go into the rock zone. And so we're going to play a B major chord up here. That's 9 on the D, 8 on the G, and 7 on the B with the open high E. Our pinky is going to be on the 9th fret G string. So this is called a B sus4, suspended fourth. If you can get your thumb onto the root there, then that would be great. And basically my ring finger's muting that G just by not pressing it, but just letting it rest against it. So I'm going to work on that rhythm with you, but first, just basic. You know, it's just the pinky starting on and then coming off. So the verse, then we just go down a whole step. And the rhythm's coming, but just to show you, it's real easy. If you can do this one, then it's all. Then another whole step down, so this is G sus4 to G. Now a half step down, so it's F sharp, sus4, and a break into the power chord, which we're getting to. So now so I'm doing alternates, bum, bum, and 2 accents. It's a lot faster than that, but that's the rhythm. So let's see here. It goes like this. Oops, my thumb. All right, so next, a B5. These are all power chord, or a 5 is the same thing. Different way to describe it. So B5, which is 2, 4, 4. A5, which is O, 2, 2. D5, which is like a D chord with the high E muted or not played. So and then an E5, which you play like, or like a full E major, but I'm muting off that G string. So also, yeah, you know, you kind of hear the little hammer-on of that suspended. Okay, so we got the next Pinball Wizard, there's got to be a twist. That's E, F sharp, and B. If you're strumming acoustic, you could play them all as major. It'd be easier to play them as power chords like the electric guitar, but really, they're the same. G to D. And some little double stops. You could do that right there. You could do it right there too. That'd be 4th on the G with 3rd on the high E to 2nd fret G and high E. As a little, you know. All through that, everything again, finally. Oh, and also, I did them as major, but the power chords is how I would prefer to do it. And then the G to D. That how do, yeah, easier, lower. How do the grand ocean? So I'm just playing a D, then adding the C, then adding the B. Yeah, so that little part goes through everything again, and then it now gets a little fresh with us, and now does it in a new key. So let's check that out. So it goes to the key of D, so we're going to play that same B shape, but now up here, so we're 12 on the D, the root. It establishes it for, you know, before the vocals come in. It holds on that. And then when the vocals come in, it's the same form. So whole step down. Whole step down. And we don't want the high E ringing out here. Either bar it or just let it mute. Sure plays a mean pen. And so it's D, D, C, F5. And then a B flat 7, B flat 7, sus. 13, and it's the electric guitar, so this is definitely a hard spot to be picking that, all that stuff, but or you can play it right there, 6th fret barred with the E shape, pinky off makes it 7, sus, and then that 13 would be on the 8th fret B. So, you know, go rock. rock it.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. Once again, thank you to my great patrons at Patreon. They helped choose this lesson today. You can learn more about becoming one of my patrons in the description below. Thanks again for supporting Marty Music. Hope to see you again. Take care.